My husband's friend told him that I'm cheating on him and that it is best to open our relationship so she could help us. Original post. It all started a few weeks ago when we were having dinner with some friends, and one of them in particular began to joke that after 13 years together, surely one of us had already gotten bored of the other. She, 28 female, said that the one who probably got bored first was me, 25 female, because I'm the attractive one in the relationship. I know it affected my husband, 28 male, because that night he joked that he was lucky I even paid attention to him. At the time, I thought he would just forget about it. But he didn't. He started asking me all the time if I love him, if I'm happy with him, if I would change anything about our relationship, and things like that. Yesterday, while we were talking about it, I told him that I would never change him for anything or anyone, and he started crying. It was really weird because he rarely cries. I didn't like seeing him like that, so I spoke with his sister, with whom he is very close. She told me that for weeks, one of our friends has been telling him that he should prepare for the day I cheat on him or leave him. She also told him that she thinks I'm already seeing someone else. She's been saying that if he wants it to be less painful, it's best to open the relationship. She even offered that she and her boyfriend could help us open our marriage, since it would be easier because we both know them. She said this would help us because I would be able to experiment with more people and not get bored of him, and he could also have fun with her, like the lifelong friends they are. According to his sister, he told her that he hates the idea of open relationships, but if I wanted to do it, he would let me experiment with other people. Honestly, I hate everything about open relationships too. If you like it, great, but it's not my thing. I thought I had always been clear about that, so I don't even know why that friend would say those things. She has an open relationship, but she was never one of those people who tried to push it on everyone else. She used to respect us, so I don't know what happened. How can I make my husband understand that she lied about me because she probably just wants to sleep with him? Now for the top advice before reading the update. She's saying all of it because it's a power trip. She's jealous of you and wants to hurt you by showing you she can get with your husband. Talk to your husband. Tell him you know what she's been saying and that you are hurt, disgusted, and betrayed by her behavior. Calmly and gently tell him that his doubts about you and your commitment hurt. Tell him you mean it when you say he is the love of your life and you meant your vows. If he meant his, he needs to go no contact with his horrible friend now. You feel betrayed that he didn't immediately talk to you when she started manipulating him and trying to brainwash him into destroying your marriage. Block her now. She doesn't deserve an explanation. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Husband should not have listened to her and talked to his wife instead. This is how distrust starts to brew. Okay, let's review. 1. She injects insecurity into your husband, basically telling him that you either will cheat or have cheated or want to cheat, and there's no reason for you to stay with him. 2. She tells him that, reading between the lines, an open relationship is the only way to handle that without losing you in the process. 3. She tells him that her and her partner are the way to start getting into open relationships. Seems to me she's a freaking snake who just wants to bang your hubby, but knows he's too good a man to cheat on you. What you do is end the friendship with her. Tell your husband that as far as you are concerned, the only threat to the marriage is the BS she's saying. You don't want an open relationship, you want him. And she knows that. So for her to say these things says to you that she has an ulterior motive. And for that reason, you suggest that you and he, as a couple, end that friendship. She needs to go, because she is going to be the end of your marriage. Point out to your husband that this woman is both creating a problem out of nowhere and has also deemed herself as the solution to this problem that only she sees. Danger, danger, danger. Get rid of her. This, absolutely everything I came here to say. She is not a friend. She's a deceptive, manipulative witch, and the sheer time and effort she's put into this scheme is disgusting. Now for the update. I talked to my husband, and he told me everything she had said to him. Apparently, she's been telling him for months that he's not attractive enough to keep me for long, that love isn't everything, and that looks are important to everyone. She claimed that people who say they don't care about beauty are lying. That pissed me off so much because, to me, my husband is truly beautiful, and I love him more than anyone in this world. If that weren't the case, I wouldn't have been with him for 13 years, and she knows that. The worst part is that my husband believed her because she destroyed his self-esteem with all those lies, just because she wanted to sleep with him and have one of her partners. I think she said he's in his late 40s or something, sleep with me. Or at least, that's what she admitted. She has 2 boyfriends or whatever, and apparently one of them knows me. I don't know how because we've never met, and he told her that he would like to know if he could have a chance with me. That's why she's been messing with my husband's mind for months. She told us this when we confronted her. She also admitted that she likes my husband, not romantically but physically, and that's why she tried to convince him to sleep with her, because she has liked him for years. Honestly, I don't understand anything about that world of having 2 or more partners, and I'm not interested in knowing either. I just find it disgusting. If you want to have a harem, that's up to you, but personally I don't want that. And I find it disgusting that they don't respect other people's boundaries. Is it really that difficult to understand? She apologized many times, but my husband didn't forgive her, and I don't intend to forgive her either. She behaved like an idiot, and it's impossible for her to regain our trust. On the other hand, my husband and I are fine. Of course, we had many conversations about what happened these past few weeks and about our relationship, but we're fine. And that's all that matters to me, that our little family is okay, for us and for our children. Block her on everything, both of you. Cut her out of your lives. Agree, these are not the actions of a friend. I'm really happy to hear this outcome and that cooler heads have prevailed. She is a snake. She was more than happy to break up a 13-year-long marriage, just so one of her F-buddies could have a chance with you. This isn't just behaving like an idiot. This is very insidious behavior. Please cut her off from your immediate and extended family completely. You need to let all your friends and family know exactly what she did. Don't think about having mercy on her or letting this slide. She certainly wasn't thinking about that when she was trying to poison your marriage. The reason you want this to be known far and wide is because if she did this to you without hesitation, she may very well do it again and again to other couples who are happily together. She might be more than willing to leave broken marriages in her path for her own personal pleasure. I didn't know it was possible to manipulate and neg someone like this from outside the relationship. Does this count as negging? She's a freaking psycho. Sure it does. Men are human, and therefore vulnerable to opinions over their appearance and desirability. Next story. Update. My husband, 32 male, left me, 32 female after almost 15 years together, and wants me to forget and let him come home. What are my next steps? Original post. My husband and I have been married for almost 2 years, but we've been together for nearly 15. He is the only real long-term boyfriend I've had in my adult life, and we have 2 children together. We've had a rocky relationship from the beginning, if I'm being honest, but for the most part, the last 3 years have been pretty good. The turning point in our relationship, I feel, was after he got blackout drunk at his friend's wedding and spent the entire 1.5-hour drive home that I drove since I was sober, screaming at me and saying nasty things. Since then, things had been going pretty well. I've been working on myself. I've lost weight, started putting more effort into myself and my appearance, and have been making new friends. About 5 months ago, he woke up one day and told me he wasn't happy with his life or with me and wanted to leave. Then, he decided he was wrong and didn't want to leave. Not to drag this on too much, but here's a highlight reel of the last 5 months. He has left me 4 to 5 times, and each time he comes back saying he's sorry. He gets upset when I go out for dinner or see my girlfriends. He got blackout drunk again and behaved horrendously toward me. I can't really talk about it on this thread. On that same night, there was severe drama with his family. I'm now being made out to be the villain for calling out their disgusting behavior, especially since our 2 children were asleep in bed while everything was happening. He has called me every name under the sun, often in front of our children. He has accused me multiple times of having affairs, with absolutely no basis or suspicions. His excuses are that he doesn't feel loved enough by me and that I'm not affectionate enough. But it's hard to feel affectionate towards someone who is treating you like crap. I'm getting very little family support and being made to feel guilty for breaking up our family if I don't let him come back home. But he's never going to change. I guess I'm just looking for a validation and support that I'm making the right decision because I keep being told I'm wrong. What are my next steps to stay strong in my decision to not take him back and to try to establish a healthy co-parenting relationship for our children? Now for the top advice before reading the update. Say no. Keep saying no. Find an attorney. Keep all conversations between the lawyers. File for immediate custody pending divorce. Separate finances. Do what the lawyer says. Action. First and best steps to staying strong. Separate finances first thing. Make it happen tomorrow. I actually don't even know how to begin separating our finances, as everything we have is basically tied up in our business. Lawyer now. Don't tell him what you're doing. Do not talk to any family member. Tell one, they'll all know. Follow your lawyer's advice. Imagine if your daughter was going through exactly that. What would you advise her? Please divorce him. I think about this all the time. So he gets drunk and nasty, screams all kinds of things at you for over an hour, and you're the one who changes? He doesn't? If you wanted to lose weight for yourself, that's great. If you wanted to make new friends and have more of a social life and support system, that's great. For you. Only if you did those things for you. And now he leaves and wants to come back, and somehow, you're still the one who's wrong? If you need extra strength, if you stay, you are teaching your children that this is what relationships are like. If you have a son, he will learn this is how to treat women. If you have a daughter, she will learn this is how she should be treated by men. They will think this is normal. You didn't break up your family. Stop talking to people who say you did. Your husband broke up the family. Also, children would rather be from a broken home than live in one. Get a lawyer and a therapist ASAP. You and your kids deserve better than this. You are worth more than this. Now for the update. Hi all, I wanted to post an update for everyone who gave me advice in my previous posts and helped me through a really difficult time. My soon-to-be ex-husband has been gone from our home for 2 weeks now. It has been 2 weeks filled with crash-outs, love bombing, and everything in between. But I have held firm and told him I am completely out of the relationship and want a divorce. I have bought new security cameras for the time being, but want to sell our house and buy my own place as soon as possible. But separating our finances is going to be so difficult. I know I'm only at the very beginning of the journey, but I am feeling so proud of myself and strong in my resolution. And honestly, I haven't even missed him once yet. I feel free. The kids and I can be at home and do what we feel like, without worrying if he will have a problem with it. There's no more yelling at home, it's just peaceful. So thank you again for your advice. I probably won't have another update, but thank you all. And if you have any tips or tricks for negotiating custody agreements and divorce, that would be great. I can't tell you how much you all helped me push through the hardest part. I'm so proud of you, stranger. Stay strong and don't let him ever again. Your children and your future self will thank you. Good luck. Thank you so much. Freeze your credit with all 3 major credit companies. He may turn vindictive very quickly. I think once he realizes he's lost control, he will turn vindictive pretty quick. It's why I want to move through the process as quick as possible. Didn't think of the credit, thank you. You've done something incredible. The fact that you stood your ground despite the emotional pressure, that's a huge win. Peace at home and your freedom, absolutely priceless. Whenever it gets tough, remind yourself why you started this in the first place. One tip, write everything down when it comes to the kids and any agreements, even if things seem fine now. You're in a new chapter, and it's already starting with a victory. I have a video I watch of one of his outbursts whenever my brain tries to trick me into remembering the good parts to remind myself. And honestly, I only needed to watch it for the first few days. Why only a few days? What bothered you afterwards? Just fear of the unknown, I guess. And I just kept reminding myself that being scared of the future is far greater than living a future like that. Last story. My 31 female mother-in-law's failed marriage has ruined mine with 32 male. Lost and looking for hope. My mother-in-law has been married to the same man for over 40 years. In the 10 years I've known her, I've never heard her say anything positive about their relationship. She spent decades chasing his approval, only to be ignored and treated like she doesn't exist. Over the years, she's shared all of this with my husband, and I know it's affected him deeply. We've talked about it often and tried to work through the impact it's had on his outlook. This week, everything changed. His mom told him that his dad filed for divorce. He's finally leaving, despite everything she's done to keep the marriage together. Just a few days later, my husband told me he wants to separate. He said seeing his parents' relationship unravel and hearing his mom admit, if I didn't have kids, I would have divorced him long ago, made him realize he didn't want to make the same mistake. He said he feels like he's lost his foundation, that he's broken. We've been married for 10 years. We have a 5-year-old. We've built a full happy life together, or at least I thought we had. I feel blindsided. He told me he still loves me, but that he's no longer in love with me. He said he had these feelings come up 2 years ago, but tried to bury them. Now, after talking to a therapist who apparently confirmed separation, he wants to move out, though he still wants to be present for our son. I feel like my entire world just cracked open. I'm not in danger, and I'm not going to do anything drastic, but I'm deeply heartbroken. I feel like I'm walking through a fog with no idea how to move forward. The truth is, I love him. I would want to reconcile if he were open to it, but right now I don't think he is. If anyone's been through something like this, how did you survive? Is there a path forward when you didn't see it coming? From experience, you have to let him go, unfortunately. If you fight it, he'll view you like his mom. Once separated, you need to cut him off, except for the kids. Your absence is the only way he'll feel if he wants your presence. As much as it hurts, stay strong. I hope it works out for you either way. I've thought about this quite a lot, and I asked him if he sees us as his parents. Like him having similarities to his dad being selfish and also unavailable for his wife and kids, and his mom fighting for everything. He told me he sees himself as his mom. I don't know how. It doesn't make any sense. Oof. I think that comment would be really difficult to come back from, because if he sees himself as his mom, then that means he sees you as his dad. Would you agree he's more like his father then? It could all just be a trauma response, but either way, this is horrific for you. Also, the fact that he had doubts a couple of years back but never spoke to you about it so you could deal with it together, you know, as husband and wife are meant to, would be like a dagger in the heart. I'm really sorry he's doing this to you, but it may be a blessing in disguise, especially from what you've posted. You deserve better than to be treated like this.